Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Cubs versus Blue Jays Major League Baseball matchup on Friday, August 16th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. You just go to Pickdawgz.com, click on the premium picks tab. I've also got a link in the description below. Make it nice and easy for you. If you're a bigger bettor, you bet $1,000 or more per game, you got like a $10,000 plus bankroll, then well, you qualify for our VIP services if that's what you're interested in. To get that, you just text the number you see on the screen. So certainly not a product for everyone, but at Pickdawgz, we have something for everyone. Our regular premium picks, super popular. Like I said, click on the link in the description or go to Pickdawgz.com and click on the premium picks tab. But anyways, let's get to it. Head to Wrigley Field where the Cubs are taking on the Blue Jays. I'll tell you, as you start to turn into August and September, Chicago, one of those cities that gets cold in a hurry. I used to live there. I lived there for 9 years. I absolutely loved it. And I'll tell you, one of those things is around this time of year, and as you head into September, going to those Cubs games on the Friday afternoons, they are awesome. And I tell you, I never was a Cubs fan. I think a lot of you guys know that. But the thing is, I lived close to Wrigley Field. So, just a couple red line stops away. So, I used to hit quite a few of these Friday afternoon games. And this one, it's Kyle Hendricks on the bump for the Cubbies up against Uriel Rodriguez. Both these teams are way out of it when it comes to the wild card race or the standings or any of that sort of stuff. In fact, the Blue Jays last place in the American League East. The Cubs second to last place in the National League Central, and that's only because the Pirates have been just so terrible recently. When you look at the wild card race, yeah, both these teams just absolutely done. Way too far back to jump all these teams. Of course, nothing is impossible, but we'll just say it's highly improbable. Kyle Hendricks gets the ball for the Cubs. It's Uriel Rodriguez for the Blue Jays, and when we look at Hendricks, this is a guy that throughout his career has always been really good at Wrigley, but this year he hasn't really been good anywhere. Last time against the Twins, he allowed 2 runs over 6 innings of work, which wasn't bad, but the thing is the Cubs didn't score any runs in that game. Prior to that at Wrigley, it was really 3 or 4 games ago, he allowed 3 runs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Once again, the Cubs scored 0 in that game. In fact, in 3 of his last 4 starts, the Cubs have scored 0. And in 4 of his last 6 starts, the Cubs have scored 0. They scored 1 run in one of them. I mean, he has really got no run support whatsoever. Meanwhile, for the season, he checks in with a 6.80 ERA. Absolutely terrible. 18 home runs allowed, 27 walks. 108 hits in 91 and a third innings of work. Yeah, it has been tough sledding for Hendricks this season. On the other side of it for the Blue Jays, Uriel Rodriguez, the Cuban, certainly a guy that they hope brings a really bright future. He doesn't go all that deep into games, but he hasn't allowed much either. His top end stuff, it is a question mark for me. Chris Ruffalo and I on the live show, we debate this all the time. I have him in the low 90s. Chris has him in the mid to higher 90s. I've never seen that, watching him all season long, but that's where he has him. But over the course, what we've seen is that he has been a pretty good pitcher on the mound. He's got a 3.53 ERA. He's only gone, 51 innings. He's allowed just 4 home runs, though, but he's walked 26 batters, which, of course, I don't like. But over his last 3 starts, it's a 3.27 ERA. Very, very respectable. We look at the way these teams are hitting, and the Blue Jays simply out hitting the Cubs as well. They're just the better hitting team, and the Cubs, for me, just haven't come through in the clutch. And while overall for the season, it's just 236 to 243. And even if you look at the short term, the Cubs batting average appears to be better than the Blue Jays. But to me, watching them, the eye test and all that kind of good stuff, kind of like the Cleveland Guardians, right? We look at the numbers and it doesn't really add up. But what does add up is what they put on the scoreboard. I think the Blue Jays simply outscore the Cubs in this one. I'm going to take the Blue Jays, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.